Let's understand dentination in human beings. A very simple and a very small topic, of course, but extremely important. To begin with, teeth is one of the hardest and non-bony structure in the body. It is fixed in sockets. Now it has three obvious parts: root, neck and crown. So crown is the outermost part which is visible, white in color. The next is the neck. Neck is the middle part which is actually embedded with the gums. So the teeth where it is embedded in the gums, as you can see within the region of neck is the gingiva, the region of the gum. The swelling of the gums is known as gingivitis. Then is the root. Now root is the basal part and it is embedded alveoli, the blood capillaries which flows through. Now within this whole structure, if I take a longitudinal section of the teeth, this is what I would see, as you can see in the picture. So enamel is the outermost layer. This is the white shining crown and it is also called as ivory because it is of the color of ivory. This is one of the hardest material in the teeth. It wears away with age and therefore yellowing of the teeth takes place as a person starts to get old. The next is dentine. Dentine is next to enamel, the inner structure, and this is yellowish in color. So it is yellowish in color. It is harder than the bone but not as hard as the enamel. So it is less harder than the enamel. It lies inside the enamel and this forms, as you can see, one of the major parts in the teeth. So one of the substantial part is seen in the form of dentine. Next to dentine is the region in the gums where the teeth is socketed. Now this region is known as cement and the bone-like structure which sockets the teeth is what is known as cement. The later section is known as pulp cavity. Now this is where the blood capillaries and the nerves pass through. So if there is a tooth infection or a tooth caries, this would be the area which would palpate the sensation for pain, and this pulp cavity, which contains the soft connective tissues, the blood vessels, the nerves, has a very narrow part which is the root canal, as you can see, and root canal lies in the deeper section of the root. Now this is the area where the nerves and the blood vessels enter. So this is a basic structure or a longitudinal section of teeth. Now some important discussions. When the teeth are socketed in the jawbone, these kind of teeth are known as what? They are called as thecodont. Thecodont because they are socketed in the jaw. The next is our teeth is unique. Why? Because they come twice in the lifetime. So we call it as Diphyodont. That means it appears twice in the lifetime. Premolars appear only once. So they are not called as diphocons, they are called as monophthecons. The next is, we do have different types of teeth: incisors, premolars, molars, canines. That means there is variety. That is, they are not same, they are hetero. So we call them as heterodont. So three important classification about human teeth. They are thecodont, embedded in the jaw; diphyodont, they appear twice in the lifetime; heterodont, there are different types of teeth which are seen and they have different primary functions. The next important description about human teeth is, we have two types of teeth: the temporary teeth and the permanent teeth. Temporary teeth is also known as deciduous teeth or milk teeth, that appears at the age of 6 to 8 months. For the complete set of the temporary teeth, which is 20 in human child, is seen by the age of 7 to 8 years, and at 12 years we say these teeth are completely replaced by the permanent teeth. The set of permanent teeth is 32 teeth. The total number of teeth is 32 teeth. Now coming on to the types of teeth: incisors, canine, premolar and molars. Incisors are the very front ones. So if we classify it as lower jaw and upper jaw, and then we classify it in the right lower, left lower, right upper and right the left upper, right? So 4 sections of the structure we say. So 2 in every case is incisor. So in the case of child, let's first talk about child. The formula is 2102 by 2102. That means on one side of the lower jaw, there would be 2 incisors, 1 canine, no premolar and 2 molars. Now for the adolescent, what would happen? This formula changes to 2122 by 2122. That means 2 incisors, 1 canine, 2 premolars and 2 molars. For an adult, what would be the formula? 2123 by 2123, and that is why I have increased 1 molar. Very good answer. So it's the wisdom teeth as we call it. Okay, so with adult we say the number of teeth get 32. For the adolescent, the number of teeth is 28. For a child, an ideal pair or the ideal set of number of teeth is 20. So that is the formula. We call this as a dental formula. We write it as incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Now incisors, the front one most, and 2 in each of the sections of lower jaw. They have a single root, short and chisel edges. The idea for the incisors is simply to bite and cut. The next is canine. Canine is just 1. Again has a single root. So which teeth have single root could be a very simple question. There could be an applicative question which could be asking this. The idea of canine is to hold and tear. So tearing is an important aspect of canines. Premolars and molars, both of them have a function of grinding, crushing. Now, premolars are absent as we saw in the children. So, premolars are called as monophycodonts because they appear only once in the lifetime. While premolars have only 1 or 2 roots. So, single root in the case of incisors and canines. In the case of premolars, there is 1 or 2 roots. However, in the case of molars, it is 2 and 3 roots which are present. Molars also have the curves on the top. These curves are known as cusps. So these cusps, again, how many cusps are there? Based on that, we call it as bicuspid if it has 2 cusps. So 2 structures like this. If it has 3, we call it as tricuspid. So bicuspids, tricuspids, another important classification among molars. Molars are broad and only in permanent dentination they have this cusp formation. In a child, there is no cusp formation which is seen, and the first 2 pairs of the molars are replaced by premolars. That's again interesting. As the child grows, so child has 2 pairs of molars, right? No premolar. But as this child gets an adult and an adolescent, this two molars which are present convert into premolars, and then we have the molars which are seen. So that's again an important thing that is to be noted. So those are some of the important aspects that we have covered under the case of dentination. Very, very important. If you have any questions, you can post those in the comment. So as I said, another important thing, premolars are monophycodonts because they appear only once in the lifetime. Molars are diphycodont in the case of first 2 molars, which come as a premolar in the next round from a temporary to a permanent stage. But the last 2 pair, that's the wisdom teeth, is again monophycodont because it comes only once in the lifetime. So those are some of the important things that you must be familiar with in the case and the chapter of dentination. If you have any questions, leave those in the comment section and we'll be more than happy to answer your queries. Thanks for joining in.